MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Lots of pink all around for this Mother's Day matchup between the American League's Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Luis Cessa will be on the mound for Game 4. What do we need to know here, HR?
Well, Matt, this guy's been pretty unpredictable. Inconsistent, I guess, is probably the best word to put it. Look, he's got a career ERA over 4, but he continues to make starts. So that's the positive of it. We'll see today who we get, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde.
Here's Nori Aoki. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Nori Aoki.
Underway now on this Sunday night as the game's first pitch misses for ball 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, Harold, they come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Look out. They're starting to put it together. When you get to this territory and you start moving into a week of solid baseball, that's a club starting to come together, and I'm looking at one right now.
Well, the mercury has dipped under 50, 49 degrees here at first pitch. No contact there, and it's 1-2.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Now another 1-2. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. He'll try again. 1-2. Another one sent foul.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Gotta love the battle we're seeing right out of the gates in this game. That's 7 pitches now, and if this is any indication, we're in for a good contest here.
Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
This is a great start to the game for the offensive team. Look, we all know there's a pitch count. And for the first guy to already get 8 pitches in this at bat, that's danger moving forward.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he lays off ball 4. That's exactly what you want your leadoff man to do. Work the count and get on base.
Yeah, well, when a guy's swinging the bat as well as he's been, this is a smart move. No reason to tempt fate out there.
Here's George Springer. It's been a rough go for him at the plate as he enters this one with a season average in the 230s. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Oh, 0-1 count and the pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
2 tough pitches. Looking at both of them, they're both the same pitch, it looks like, in the same location. He just wasn't ready for it. You got to be ready for anything now.
Nobody out, runner on first. Here it comes on 0-2. Lined into right field for a leadoff single.
After taking the first 2 pitches for strikes, he hits the 3rd one for a base hit. That's just great concentration.
Jose Altuve.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He was hitless in yesterday's shutout loss, as were many of his teammates. First pitch coming. Here it is. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one.
Well, this is what they didn't do yesterday. Execute with runners in scoring position. So now you got a chance. Here it is already in this ball game. You got a guy sitting there in scoring position. Drive him in, execute, and you jump away from yesterday's loss.
Tough slider down low for a strike.
Well, he's in a bit of hot water in this first inning, but if he can start throwing his slider effectively like that, he has a lot better chance of settling into this game.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this will be fouled away.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
Whoa, that's
now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
Hey, number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2-ball, 2-strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
None out. Runners at first and second. Has a look. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. How do they get back into the win column here, Harold?
I tell you, I thought long and hard about what the key was for them, and it comes down to one word: discipline. If they're disciplined at the plate, if they don't run into outs, and if they throw to the right bases, they got a chance to win this game.
Stepping up to the plate, Carlos Correa. He's got that average up over the 290 mark to begin play. First delivery to him on the way. That's in there. Base hit. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with one away.
Designated hitter, Carlos Beltran.
Digging in the switch hitter, Carlos Beltran. And as you can tell easily from the splits, he's really struggled away from their home ballpark. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
The 0-1 pitch. Line drive to left. Gardner makes the catch. Now here comes the runner from third. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
Well, that wasn't your standard sac fly hit. It was hit pretty low and hard, so it wasn't a given they were going to send it. But they did, and they add a number to the run column.
Striding in, Yulieski Gurriel, looking to stay hot. He's been a real threat at the plate the last week or so. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Matt, this is how you want to start a game. First inning, you already jump on them early. You get 1 run in, and now you have 2 other runners on base. You come up with a big hit here, you can really make a big dent right here in this game in the first inning.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
He's already given up a run. He's got a runner on. He's got to put this guy away. Got him in an 0-2 count. You can't let this inning get any worse.
And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. Astros forced to settle for only the 1 run. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. The Astros on top, 1-0. Mike fires. A right-hander from Florida gets the ball as the starter here. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, he has really struggled his last 3 outings. The ERA totally inflated. It's over 5. When you look at that, that's too many runs he's given up. And he's just not giving his team a chance to even get out the gate and win the game.
Here's Brett Gardner now. He comes in today leading the American League in batting for the season. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. And Harold, these Astros entering play here tonight. It was another loss last time out, and this portion of the schedule has not done him any favors as they've dropped 5 of their last 7.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, they're trying to avoid the sweep right here, and nobody likes to get swept. But momentum is funny in baseball. If you win 1 game, the next day you feel like you're on riding high. That's why they forget the other 3, win this one here, and it's almost like they swept the series instead of getting swept.
Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing, but hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
So digging in now, Starlin Castro, as he begins this one as the 4th leading hitter in the American League. First delivery to him on the way. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. For Gardner, that's 12 doubles now on the campaign. A runner at second, nobody out. Runner's on his way to third. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
The next 0-2. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out. With that, it's time to check out the starting lineup for the hometown Yankees. Harold, what's the key to continuing the winning streak?
Well, Matt, they find themselves already down 1. The big thing here, realize you got a lot of game left. Just score 1 run. Try to get right back in the game, even it up, and play the whole 9 innings.
Now a throw behind the runner, and it's in time to get him. And that, folks, is the danger of the hit and run. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. On to the 2nd inning now from Yankee Stadium. It's the Astros 1 and the Yankees 0. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
Brian McCann.
And they start him out away with a called strike. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Ricky Holiday.
Well, Matt, strangely, Ricky's going to be in trouble for the hitters. He's frustrated. Now, as a hitter, you're saying get the ball up, but he loves to call the ball up. You don't want it up that high, though. He loves to call it that high, and you may see somebody turn around and get in his eye and start screaming at it.
I guess he's really trying to measure that fastball in his first at-bat, but you really never want to put yourself in 0-2 count if you could do anything about it.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate.
Whoa, he tried to get a little cute right there. A little 2-strike changeup. He thought he might get a swing and miss, but man, he left that in the zone. He's fortunate that ball didn't leave the park.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Now another 0-2. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Yankees. I'm looking down there at Brett Gardner. You know, Yankee Stadium made this guy one of the best defenders because it's so spacious. He had to go a long way to center, and being left-handed, he had to backhand a lot of balls. So as a result, he learned how to get great jumps on the baseball and makes great plays.
Now batting, Alex Bregman. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. Here's the pitch. Good swing there, but this is foul off to the right side. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, they've really shut him down this series. No hits in the series, and they've done a great job of executing their pitches. They found his weaknesses and stayed with it.
1-1, here it comes. Hard hit ball to second. Astros got it. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 6, Jake Marisnick.
Here's Jake Marisnick. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First offering on its way. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. 2 out, nobody on. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Now to the plate, Jacoby Ellsbury. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Ellsbury rounds it at first, heading for second now. And the Yankees are in business here. It's a leadoff double. So the double puts him right into scoring position here to kick off the home second as he tacks on to his total, currently third best on the Yankee ball club. Here's Chris Carter now. A good opportunity for him to add to his season RBI total here, which currently sits as third best in the American League. Runner breaks for third. Pitch is a called strike. The throw not nearly in time as he takes third easily.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do, steal third base, especially off a catcher like this that has a good throwing arm.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
This is where getting ahead in the count really pays off for you. Now you can get him to chase a pitch, maybe get a ground ball, double play, or a strikeout. Either way, it's going to help your cause.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1.
Well, let's take a look at the Astros defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking at the catcher. McCann. Yeah, Brian McCann. I love how he catches and throws, and he calls a nice game, too.
So coming to the plate, Matt Holliday. And he's been swinging it well the last couple of games. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Well, he comes up with a big RBI single right there, and now we're starting all over. Right where we started, tie ball game.
Chase Headley.
Stepping in, Chase Headley. And as you can see, he's had some troubles here in his own ballpark. That's something he'll look to improve upon in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Now the 0-1. Lined hard toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit, and that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now. Here's Didi Gregorius. He comes in after a day of rest yesterday, so we'll see if it did him any good. He's set. Here it comes. Hit hard up the middle. He's got it. Altuve for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Yankees forced to settle for one. We'll go now to the top of the third. All tied at 1-1. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Nori Aoki. No official at-bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one.
Nori Aoki.
Into the windup and the pitch. Just a tick behind for a strike.
Just reached back and threw a high fastball right by him. He didn't stand a chance.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Judge looks up. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo home run here for Nori Aoki. Home run number 5 on the year, and the Astros take the lead. It's 2-1.
Well, before that homer, he was on autopilot, retiring 5 hitters in a row. Just goes to show you one lapse, one bad location, and all of a sudden you're licking your wounds a bit.
Center fielder, number 4, George Springer.
Into the box, George Springer. Weak chopper up the line. That's a foul ball. No outs, nobody on. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Made pretty quick work of him right there, setting him down on only 4 pitches. And what I liked about all of those pitches, they were down around the knees or lower. Pretty hard to do any kind of damage when pitches are located in that spot.
Stepping in now, Jose Altuve. Swing and a liner, but foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Skied into straightaway right. Judge is under it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Here's Carlos Correa now. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Sends that one out of play for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Another 0-2 home. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Astros get a run here courtesy of the solo homer. Bottom of the third coming up. 2-1 Houston. Here's big Aaron Judge. Coming into this one, his season home run total tops in the American League.
Aaron Judge.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. That one is out of here. This game is tied. So a solo shot down the line in left, and even 20 home runs for him now thus far, as the Yankees have tied things up. It's 2-2.
Talk about living up to the hype. We heard in spring training that this rookie had all the makings of being a great one, and swings like that are the reason why. What a pretty swing, and what a rookie year he's having.
The left fielder, number
in now,
11,
Brett Gardner.
Gardner.
Lifted the other way to left center. Springer giving chase. Oh, and a great diving catch for the first out.
The batter, number 14.
Well, sometimes you see diving catches that happen because of a bad route, but that certainly wasn't the case here. That's an exceptional route efficiency as calculated by ShowTrack, and it's evident it was a big reason why he was able to lay out and bring that one in. Here's Starlin Castro. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The windup and the 0-1. Squared that one up just a little late. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
Low with a fastball that time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Into the box now, Gary Sanchez. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball.
Oh, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
And this catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2.
Well, he gave up that leadoff home run, and I thought, uh-oh, he's in trouble. But he's done a nice job bouncing back. Got 2 quick outs, and now he's got 2 strikes on this hitter. He's got a chance to get out of this unscathed the rest of the way.
Fires is ready. 0-2 pitch on its way. Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. But the Yankees are able to tie things up on the solo home run. We're through 3 in the Bronx, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Here's Carlos Beltran. He hit a sac fly earlier.
For Houston, the designated hitter, Carlos Beltran.
First pitch of the at-bat. And the changeup is way low that time. Now the 1-0 home to Beltran. Takes a knee-high fastball. One now to Beltran. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Well, when you lead off an inning, you become the leadoff guy. Get on any way you can. And right there, that little infield single, as innocent as it might look, might start a rally for them. Do anything you can to get on.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Yulieski Gurriel comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. First offering on its way. A fastball that just misses inside.
Well, that two-seam fastball ran a little too much off the plate, but now that sets him up to work with something away and maybe even an off-speed pitch.
The 1-0 delivery. Now ball line foul over the Yankees dugout. 2-2 is our score. Leadoff man aboard at first here with nobody out. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Ready with the 1-2. Oh, they pulled the string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight.
That strikeout was all about setting the hitter up with hard stuff. You can see the first 3 pitches are coming in fast, and then he slows it down on the 4th pitch, knowing the hitter is sort of conditioned for the hard stuff. Yet another way to upset a hitter's timing.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
I'm a little surprised right now. He finds himself down 0-2, but he has been extremely hot. But the surprise is they're coming after him, even on this hot streak.
And prior to the 0-2, we'll move to first. Runner back standing. And 2, here it comes. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away. So the runner stays at first here with 2 away, and that brings us to our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And both of these guys are working right around the same speed, 93 for one, 92 for the other. Digging in to try it again, Alex Bregman. He's 0 for 1 thus far. From the stretch, right over the middle, knee high. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Working for the punch out and the offering. 0-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air to right field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Astros leave one. On to the bottom of the fourth. This game's tied at 2-2. Striding in once again, Jacoby Ellsbury. He'll step in trying to do something about this 2-2 tie.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Hit hard on the ground to second. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field. So make it 2 hits for him in this one as he's on base here in the home fourth. And there you see the Yankees leaderboard as he finds himself second in that category. Here's Chris Carter now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now a throw over and late reactions, and they got him. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. In there at the knees. 0-2 now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
That is too good a pitch to make right there with 2 strikes. But he fouled it off. Now you got to stay aggressive and go get him again.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Matt Holliday is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one. 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. And Holliday swings and misses and falls behind quickly, 0-2.
He's not messing around this inning. He's attacking the zone. He's showing lots of confidence. He's 0-2 on this hitter after having 2 quick outs. Nice job.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Got him swinging. Made him chase outside the zone that time, and that puts an end to the inning.
Yanks held in check. Through 4, we're deadlocked at 2 apiece. Here's Jake Marisnick. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
The right fielder, number 6, Jake Marisnick.
Into the windup and the pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Castro to his left. He's there. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Up next for the Astros, left fielder, Nori Aoki.
Here's Nori Aoki. He's coming off a solo homer in his previous trip. Here comes the first pitch. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate at the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again.
Swinging the ball line softly down the line in left. But this is a foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. 2 runs, 4 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Foul toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Ready with another 2-2. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2.
Number 4, George Springer.
Here's George Springer. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Here's the first pitch to him. Now this is chopped foul at home plate. It's 0-1.
Well, that was 2 quick outs right there, getting those guys in front of him, but now the 2-hitter comes to the plate. Right here, you look to either get on base any way you can, hit a gapper, anything, because you want those big boys coming up next.
The 0-1. Swing and a liner. Foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. All right, back to him on the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. Chase Headley will be the one to start us off when we return. We've hit the halfway point, tied at 2. Here's Chase Headley. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th.
Third baseman.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Springer has a read on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now
hey, this guy's not wasting any time, right? Gets a first pitch fastball, and he flies out deep on the first pitch of the inning.
Here's Didi Gregorius. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd. Foul. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Line drive to center field. Springer is there. 2 gone.
Well, this one was squared up pretty good, but just like pitchers give up hits on well-executed pitches, batters make outs on balls they couldn't have hit much better.
Here's big Aaron Judge. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He homered back in the 3rd inning in this one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And that is in there for a 2-out base knock. So he delivers with 2 away, and the bottom of the 5th marches on.
Well, there's a little 2-out base hit. Maybe start a little 2-out rally. Now he's giving up some runs. He's a little vulnerable. We've seen him give up runs already in this game. So maybe this is a start of something big.
Here's Brett Gardner now. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. A fastball that just misses inside.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
Here he comes on 2-0. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Byers pauses. Here's the 2-1. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Springer going back on it. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. One left for the Yankees. Through 5, all even at 2-2. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Jose Altuve.
And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up.
First pitch on its way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
I really love the way he's attacking hitters on that first pitch. It's over 80% first pitch strikes in this game, and that's why he's having such great success.
Hit to third. Headley's got it. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Up next for the Astros, shortstop Carlos Correa.
Ready once again, Carlos Correa. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Right over the middle, knee high.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
On its way is pitch number 75. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul.
Well, that was a good pitch right there, and a good job of spoiling it, too.
Ready with another 0-2. And another foul ball.
Man, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
Here comes another 0-2. This is foul right side. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Right side hit hard, and that'll find its way into right field for a 1-out single.
Well, he's down the count. He knew he wasn't going to get much to hit. Did a nice job staying with that ball, 15, just shooting it through the hole the other way.
Hitter, Carlos Beltran.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Out of the Yankee dugout now is Joe Girardi as he'll head toward the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. He'll depart with our score tied, and he'll still be accountable for the runner at first, and the best he can do is a no decision in this one. Brian Mitchell enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning.
Brian Mitchell.
Now a throw over to first, and he'll dive back in. Here's Carlos Beltran.
And he puts it on the ground to second. Casper with a great slide.
On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Starlin Castro. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A fastball that finds the outside corner.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
And he's caught looking at a beautiful curveball there as that buckled him for the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Ready for another chance? Gary Sanchez. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike.
He might have been setting him up with that high fastball to change his eye level. Now he's got him set up. Maybe he'll go down the zone.
And he takes strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. To right field and way out of here. Look at this thing go. Into the second deck and gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 9 on the year. As the Yankees move out in front here, it's now 3-2.
I know I get big money for my expert analysis, but this is pretty simple. If you put a fastball up in the zone over the heart of the plate, this guy's going to turn it around in a heartbeat. This one was no shocker.
Now batting, center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Now the pitch home to Ellsbury. Slapped hard the opposite way. And this is into the gap for his 3rd hit of the night, and it'll be good for extra bases. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night.
You'd think they'd stop pitching to this guy by now. He's been torching them all weekend, and he stays hot here with another extra base hit. They'll be happy when this series is over, so they don't have to deal with this dude anymore.
Standing in now, Chris Carter, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball 1-0. 0 for 2 for him to this point. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And the runner's breaking for third. Here's a check swing, a foul ball. Look into McCann, the 1-1. Looks at a curveball called for a strike.
This is going to be an interesting at bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his third tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Matt Holliday standing in now as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. And a curveball taken for strike 2.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at-bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
A pause and the 0-2. This one's down to third. Bregman has it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. The Yankees do get one on the solo homer. The 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up to start the 7th, and New York has taken a 3-2 lead. Back here in the Bronx, Yankees leading this one as we get ready to start the 7th. But before we do, here's a look at our game summary to this point.
Leading off for the Astros.
Digging in to try it again, Yulieski Gurriel. And he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A cold strike on the inside corner.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
Now here's the pitch. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. He struck him out. The third time he's fanned in the game.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a 1-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
Striding in once again, Brian McCann. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. They have him played perfectly as it's hit on the ground. And that's going to be a base hit from McCann. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, 7th inning, you're thinking maybe one more at bat if his team rallies. So this was a big hit to keep that streak alive.
Tyler Clippard comes on to pitch here with one man gone in the top of the 7th. Alex Bregman comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Not a surprise to see that low splitter there. Anything with downward movement like that is going to be at the top of the list in a double play situation.
The 1-0 delivery. And this is going to be a foul ball. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Fouled back.
He's just fouling him off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Another 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
Ready for another shot now. Jake Marisnick. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Comes set with the 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Oh, man, I talk about frustrated. You're down 0-2 with this guy. You know he's got 4 pitches in his back pocket. You just don't know which one he's going to throw.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. 1 left for Houston. Still a 3-2 ball game. Michael Feliz gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Michael Feliz.
Digging in once again, Chase Headley. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Third baseman, Chase Headley.
The high fastball is in there. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
I like that check swing. He started to offer at the off-speed pitch, but he recognized it and was able to hold up.
Well hit to right, but that's a foul ball. Ready on 1-2. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. Chase Headley with a solo shot. Number 10 for him on the year, and it'll give the Yankees a 4-2 lead.
And as we take another look at that one on Show Track, the story behind that home run was speed, and the speed with which it was launched off the bat. Didn't have a ton of height on it, but 113 miles an hour, an impressive exit velocity.
Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there. Stepping in now, Didi Gregorius. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. No hits to this point. The windup and the 0-1. Line toward the alley in left center. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
Well, Matt, that's his 8th game with that hit right there. 8 games in a row of swinging the bat. We've been watching him over this week, just scorching.
Here's big Aaron Judge. And it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet. So this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. No one out with a runner at second. Called strike two with the letters. 0-2 now.
He's in a tough spot right now, 0-2. This is one of those at-bats. You look back and you go, I got to get the man over. But now 0-2, you just got to try to make contact now.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. Another 0-2 coming. Runner goes for third. Swing and a miss, strike three. The throw. And the offline throw as this takes off down the line in left field. And he'll come in to score from second base. And that is a direct result, obviously, of that poor throw. So they'll slap an error on the catcher there, and you can tell he's not happy back there. Here's Brett Gardner now. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. In there, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
1 out, nobody on. Chopped weakly to the left. On to first, and a good stretch over there is going to get him by a step for the second out.
I'm no hitting coach, but I know they always preach, if you're going to swing, swing. Second guessed himself on that one.
Here's Starlin Castro. Takes this the other way to right. And he will make the catch just shy of the track, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Yankees 5 and the Astros 2. Nori Aoki will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Dylan Betances has been summoned from the bullpen, as he'll do so to start the 8th. Right there for strike 1.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. The 0-2 pitch. And he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame. Standing in, George Springer. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Don't want to forget about it. First pitch of the at-bat. Righty against righty, as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, with the leadoff man getting on right there, Matt, they are falling so far behind. They have to capitalize. They have to get some runs to get back in this thing.
The 1-0 delivery. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
It's becoming more and more common in today's game to see relievers like this that can run it up there close to 100 miles per hour. But it's so fun to watch it. He blew it right by him there.
The 1-2 pitch. Got him. The slurve that time, and that'll be the first out of the inning. 5-2 our score as we get a look inside the numbers. It's our starter comparison for the 2 gentlemen that took the hill to start the ball game. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Previous history against Dylan Betances, 0 for 4. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Man, I think he's trying to send a message right here. I'm going to challenge you. I like my stuff. I think I'm better than you. I don't care how good a hitter you are. And this guy's a good hitter, by the way. But he came right after him early in the count.
The 0-1. Skied into very shallow right. Judge has a beat on it, and that's the second out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Eighth inning from Yankee Stadium. Yankees on top in this one at home as you get a look at the line score. Here's Carlos Correa now. And, Dan, this could be a real make-or-break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring one run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
Set to deliver the 0-1. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Oh, and 2, here it comes. Got him. So he's down on strikes for the second time here tonight. Astros leave one. They trail 5-2. Digging in and looking for more, Gary Sanchez. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8. Into the windup and the pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Out of play. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Jacoby Ellsbury. 3 hits, including a pair of doubles for him thus far. Here's a swing, and oh, man! Way out of here. A solo shot for Jacoby Ellsbury. Number 11 for him on the season as they open it up to 6-2 now.
Well, he turns on this thing and drives it out, extending the lead here to 4 in the bottom of the 8th. I wouldn't be surprised if that keeps the closer in the bullpen for now. No need to bring him in a non-save situation. Let him relax unless something happens at the top of the 9th that warrants getting him up.
Here's Chris Carter now. Turned on down the line, but a foul ball here. 0-1. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1.
He's clearly looking on the outside half right there. The check swing means he recognized that ball pretty good.
Look into McCann, the 1-1. And a slider misses here. 2 balls and a strike.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. And he struck him out again. So that's the old sombrero there, partner. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame.
Wow, he's just a lost cause in this one. That's the fourth time he struck out in this game alone, and that's not something you'll forget very quickly. That's about as bad of a day as you can have.
Matt Holliday standing in now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Yanks able to add on one more via the solo home run. Last chance coming up for the Astros. It's now 6-2 New York. Back in the Big Apple as we're set for what remains of this one on MLB Network. Tommy Lane comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth.
Tommy Lane.
Carlos Beltran will be the first one to greet him, as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Hit hard on the ground towards second. That's through, and he's now 2 for 3 in this one. So it's a leadoff single that kicks off their half of the ninth.
Well, here they go again. Another base hit. This one leading off the inning here late in the game. But they put together some base hits, but haven't been able to get that big hit to drive in the run.
Yulieski Gurriel is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Ready on 1-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Catch made out there by Headley, and there's your first out.
The catcher, number 16, Brian McCann.
Into the box now, Brian McCann. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. He's set, and the pitch. Tough slider down low for a strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. Here it comes, 0-2. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Hey, anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman, as the fastball is swung on and missed. Good location down at the knees for strike one. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Now the 0-1. And a fastball just a bit high. Grounded to third. Throw on to first, and the Yankees make it 6 straight victories now as this one is over.
You can just see that the confidence is radiating off of them out there right now. That's 6 wins in a row, and this looks like a train that's not about to slow down anytime soon.
And tonight's ends at a 6-2 finish. The Yankees get the win on the heels of 4 home runs. Brian Mitchell claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap here tonight. From my partners in the booth, Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Yankees. 6 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Astros, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 3 minutes. Thanks for joining us this evening, and please drive home safely.